In this video, we're diving into some key strength training ideas that have helped Jannik Sinner develop his unique power on the court. Before we get into it, though, I have a quick question for any top coaches watching. How does a guy who appears as lean as Sinner manage to pack such a punch with his shots? Sure, let me answer that for you. Hitting the ball dead center in the sweet spot is part of it, but with Sinner, the power, accuracy, and consistency seem almost effortless. And it's not just his hitting. He's lightning fast on his feet, responding to even the toughest shots with speed and ease. If you've watched him play, you know he doesn't even look like he's breaking a sweat by the end of a grueling match. Is Sinner just a freak of nature, like Federer, with an almost supernatural efficiency in movement and technique? What's fascinating is that Sinner achieves his power and speed through a combination of precise techniques that work together to maximize every ounce of strength he puts into his game. Let's break down some of these techniques. For starters, Sinner makes incredible use of his front leg pivot. By pivoting on that front foot during his shots, he creates a solid foundation, transferring force from his legs up through his body and into the racket. His power doesn't just come from the arms, it's a full body effort, starting from his base and working its way up. It's a technique that allows him to generate speed and power in one fluid, consistent motion. Next, let's talk about his hip rotation, or uncoiling. During each shot, Sinner uncoils his hips with precision, which amplifies his swing and gives him added force. This rotation is one of the most powerful moves in any athlete's arsenal, but Sinner has refined it to maximize his efficiency. Combined with his long arms and smooth motion, it allows him to strike the ball at just the right angle, optimizing both power and control. Now, if you watch his stance closely, you'll notice Sinner often uses a pinpoint stance, also called a foot-up stance. Here, his back foot moves up alongside his front foot as he prepares to drive off the ground. This stance allows him to build momentum vertically and push through his legs for explosive power. It's a common stance for players who want that extra pop off the ground, and Sinner has mastered it, adding to his arsenal of power moves. Preparation is another key factor for Sinner. His backswing, for instance, is notably extreme, but he times it so well that he's always in position to unleash power when the ball reaches him. This long backswing is controlled, and he uses it to store energy until he's ready to make contact. It's an aspect of Sinner's technique that's especially interesting because it allows him to hit both fast and accurate shots, even under pressure. So how does strength training fit into all of this? For Sinner, training focuses on the relationship between strength and power. Power in sports, especially tennis, isn't just about lifting heavier weights or bulking up. It's about producing maximum force in a short period of time, also known as explosive strength. That's why Sinner's training likely includes exercises designed to enhance both strength and speed. This balance between strength and speed is what gives him the explosive energy he needs for those quick reactions, leg drives, and powerful shots. It's important to understand that while both strength and power play a role in athletic performance, power is typically the defining quality for athletes in fast-paced sports. Power is what drives explosive movements, like those rapid leg kicks and jumps you see on the court. Strength, on the other hand, provides the foundation for power, helping athletes sustain high performance over time. But if you're looking to emulate Sinner's game, focusing on explosive strength is key. It's what enables him to react quickly and hit powerfully with seemingly little effort. Don't underestimate the role of Sinner's body composition either. Despite his lean build, he's developed a level of power that allows him to move and strike efficiently. This combination of precision, technique, and explosive strength sets him apart, and much of it comes from the right blend of strength and power exercises. His workout program has likely been designed to enhance his unique strengths, giving him the edge on the court while maintaining his efficiency and speed. So, as we go through the key strength training ideas in this video, keep an eye out for the techniques that build not just muscle, but explosive power, a crucial ingredient in Sinner's game. Even if you don't have his exact build or mechanics, incorporating some of these concepts can help you take your own game to the next level. Sinner may be an exceptional athlete, but there's plenty we can learn from his approach to strength and power. Let's get started. In Jannik Sinner's training, one of the exercises that plays a big role in developing his upper body strength is the toning ball throw. This workout is designed to strengthen his shoulders and wrists, areas that are put under constant stress in tennis, especially during serves, volleys, and return shots. Sinner uses a toning ball weighing around 2 kilograms, which is perfect for adding a moderate resistance element to his upper body training. The weight of the ball adds enough resistance to build strength, but is light enough to allow him to maintain control, fluidity, and accuracy. The primary benefit of using the toning ball in this way is that it conditions his arm and wrist muscles to work under greater resistance than they would in a typical shot. When Sinner transitions from practicing with the weighted ball to hitting a regular tennis ball, his arm feels significantly lighter. This sensation can enhance his speed and control, giving him that edge during a match, where every fraction of a second matters. The toning ball throw exercise requires him to engage his shoulders and wrists consistently, replicating the same kinds of movements he'll use in competition. Serving, in particular, demands explosive power from the shoulder and a strong wrist snap for precision and control. With the toning ball throw, Sinner can isolate and strengthen these areas, helping him absorb the physical toll of repetitive serves and shots during long matches. A key reason this exercise has become a staple in Sinner's regimen is that it improves both power and endurance. The repeated motion of throwing the weighted ball enhances his muscle memory, training his body to respond faster and with greater resilience during play. In a high-stakes match, this can translate into quicker, more powerful shots, something that can make a difference when facing the best players in the world. The impact of this training on Sinner's game became particularly evident in 2023, when he captured the Masters 1000 championship in Toronto. His serves were powerful, his volleys were sharp, and he returned shots with remarkable precision. When asked what was behind his increased power, Sinner explained, "Now I'm getting also stronger physically. I'm growing. And I guess the combination of being fluid and flexible, but also getting stronger, makes you hit the ball a little bit harder." Sinner has managed to strike a balance between building strength and maintaining flexibility, a balance that's allowed him to add even more force to his shots without sacrificing control. He incorporates rotational workouts like landmine twists and woodchopper drills into his strength training routine to boost his core stability and rotational power. These exercises are essential for tennis players as they help develop the strong, controlled rotation required for powerful ground strokes and serves. A well-conditioned core not only allows players to generate more force, but also improves overall energy efficiency by reducing any wasted movements during play. For Sinner, these rotational workouts are integral to his training because they reinforce his technique, making his shots more powerful and precise. The landmine twist is one of Sinner's go-to exercises for building rotational strength. In this workout, a barbell is anchored at one end, and Sinner grips the other end, twisting his torso from side to side. This movement targets the core muscles, particularly the obliques, while stabilizing the spine and hips. By developing rotational strength through the landmine twist, Sinner can improve his ability to initiate and control rotation during his shots, allowing for explosive movements while remaining balanced. The resistance added by the barbell makes this exercise even more effective for core activation, training Sinner to generate power that flows from his core through his arms. The woodchopper drill, another staple in Sinner's training, is specifically beneficial for tennis players because it mimics the swinging motion used in tennis. This exercise involves pulling a weighted object, like a cable or medicine ball, from a high position down toward the opposite hip, simulating the kind of force generated during a forehand or backhand swing. The woodchopper drill requires coordinated engagement of the core, hips, and upper body, all of which are activated during a powerful shot on the court. For Sinner, practicing this movement improves his control and power during gameplay, enabling him to maximize the force of each swing with precision. Both of these exercises translate directly to Sinner's ground strokes and serve mechanics, where core rotation is critical. A strong core provides a stable foundation, allowing him to put more energy into each shot without losing balance or form. When Sinner initiates a backswing, his right arm bends and then fully extends as he pulls the racket back, while his left arm begins to straighten. This complex movement requires both stability and flexibility, as well as the ability to rotate smoothly through the torso. By engaging in rotational workouts, Sinner develops the stability needed to execute this sequence seamlessly and with added power. He includes resistance band workouts targeting his arms, shoulders, wrists, and core. Resistance bands are an essential part of his training, offering a versatile and effective way to build strength without the need for heavy equipment. For tennis players, resistance bands are ideal because they add controlled resistance, helping athletes increase shot power, improve stability, and reduce injury risk. In Sinner's case, this band training has helped him develop the strength and flexibility needed to handle the physical demands of tennis, particularly for his backhand, which relies heavily on wrist engagement. One of the key reasons Sinner benefits from band workouts is that they allow him to work on the upper body muscles that are crucial for his game. Tennis demands more than just strong legs and core. Shoulder stability, forearm strength, and wrist control are essential for powerful and precise shots. By using bands, Sinner activates muscles in a controlled way that directly contributes to his shot accuracy and reduces the likelihood of overuse injuries, which are common in high-performance tennis. One of the most beneficial exercises Sinner incorporates is the tricep extension with bands. This move targets all three heads of the triceps muscle, which plays a role in straightening the elbow and stabilizing the shoulder. To perform the tricep extension, Sinner secures the resistance band overhead, then grips the band and pulls it down, extending his arms fully to activate the triceps. This controlled movement builds strength and stability, crucial for the snapping motion in serves and powerful ground strokes. By strengthening his triceps, Sinner ensures that he can execute shots with control, especially during intense rallies. Additionally, a strong tricep improves endurance, allowing him to maintain a high level of power throughout a match. For players who rely on sustained power, like Sinner, tricep-focused exercises with resistance bands are invaluable. Wrist strength is essential for tennis players, and Sinner's game showcases just how important it is. His backhand, in particular, depends on his ability to generate a whipping motion with his wrist, allowing him to hit powerful shots while maintaining control. To strengthen this area, Sinner incorporates wrist flexion and extension exercises using resistance bands. For this exercise, he grips the band with one hand and performs controlled flexion, curling the wrist inward, and extension, curling outward. This movement directly improves wrist stability, which helps Sinner maintain control when hitting with an open stance. Strengthening the wrist also aids in injury prevention, as it reduces strain on the tendons and ligaments that are heavily engaged during repetitive strokes. Wrist stability translates into greater accuracy and endurance, both of which are vital for Sinner's powerful yet precise backhand shots. Rotational strength is crucial for tennis, as most shots require the body to rotate through the swing. Sinner benefits from band rotational pulls, which involve anchoring the band to a stable surface, gripping it with both hands, and pulling across the body in a motion that simulates the swinging of a racket. This exercise engages the core, shoulders, and arms, allowing him to train in a way that mirrors on-court movements. Band rotational pulls improve both core strength and shoulder stability, helping Sinner execute powerful ground strokes. With a stronger rotation, he can generate more force, particularly during his forehand and backhand strokes. Additionally, the rotational movement helps to build control over his open stance, a position he frequently uses when returning balls on the run. This exercise strengthens the muscles needed to execute effective shots from any stance, making Sinner more versatile and resilient during extended rallies. Another essential exercise is the band shoulder press, which strengthens the shoulders, arms, and upper back. Sinner stands on the band to create resistance, grips the handles, and presses overhead. This exercise builds shoulder stability, allowing him to control his arm movements with precision. Tennis players, especially those with aggressive play styles like Sinner, put a lot of strain on their shoulders, so strengthening these muscles is key for both performance and injury prevention. A strong shoulder press with resistance bands allows Sinner to generate powerful overhead serves and controlled volleys. The strength developed through this exercise translates to better shot consistency, especially in high-pressure moments when he needs to maintain form and power. To build forearm strength and wrist stability, Sinner also does pronation and supination exercises with a resistance band. These involve rotating the forearm inward and outward while gripping the band, engaging the muscles that control wrist rotation. For tennis players, this movement is essential, as it mimics the wrist action used in various shots, from forehands to volleys. By strengthening his forearms, Sinner gains better control over his racket, allowing him to hit with precision even during fast rallies. His open stance hitting style relies heavily on forearm strength to create power without losing control. Improved forearm strength means Sinner can whip his racket quickly through the ball, giving him an advantage in power and accuracy. Resistance bands provide a unique type of resistance, which increases as the band stretches. This progressive resistance makes band workouts excellent for tennis players, as it allows for controlled, full-range movements that replicate the fluidity needed on the court. For Sinner, who often hits with an open stance, this training strengthens his upper body to handle high-energy strokes from a less conventional position. Although some critics argue that his open stance limits his power output by reducing the rotation from his legs and hips, his resistance band training compensates by increasing his upper body strength and stability. Another advantage of resistance band training is improved mobility and flexibility. In tennis, where fast, multi-directional movements are common, flexibility in the upper body is just as important as strength. By incorporating resistance band exercises, Sinner builds mobility that allows him to reach challenging shots without compromising form. The bands also allow for a greater range of motion in the exercises, helping Sinner maintain fluid movements even as he becomes stronger.